Field goal late in the game got them. They want to set the pace in this one and get their first NFL championship.
Play action. It's Jackson. And his first pass is incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect to see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job. Right on play one.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his 2nd NFL season, already getting his chance. We harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his 2nd year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. In motion comes the tight end left. Play action. Now Richardson. Rolling to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Richardson. Able to find the open. But I think the ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Richardson looking to throw this. Eluding the pressure right. Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
QB sneak, Richardson, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Anthony Richardson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Panthers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raiders heading out to take over. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Open man is Jalen Naylor. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Jackson now. This short throw caught by Goddard. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a man who tore up the Packers in the NFC title game a few years back. It's Raheem Mostert. Now a 2nd and 10. Running the counter with Mostert. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's over the middle. He finds Naylor. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw is Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Give left side here for Nwangu. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 65 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. Back to the air with Richardson. He's got Smith here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now it's Richardson. And that is incomplete.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. On the toss, here's Nwangu. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Richardson now on third and goal. Touchdown! Taysom Hill from 6 yards away. And the Panthers continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
One final goal for this offense here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now it's Jackson. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Koo knocks this one through the post. So it's halftime here on Sports Grand. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
Another run now for Nwangu. A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 86 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Now a give running left is Nwangu. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Handoff right side to Nwangu. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. Kene Nwangu A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers will extend their third-quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Pollard again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Here's Jackson to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Joshua Hines-Allen. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Throwing is Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Flush to his right. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. On the give is Nwangu. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
The Raiders 44-yard line.
Handoff here to Nwangu.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
Still 2nd down.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They'll roll him out right. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now it's Jackson. That one complete to Naylor. Now 2nd and 5.
It's a game of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Jackson. This short throw caught by Goddard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Open man is Naylor. He's got it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. This is 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Jackson. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 33. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. They've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he will have a Panther 1st down. And it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it. On the run is Nwangu. And he works free. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Carolina. Kene Nwangu, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Panthers are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. York on now for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's it. It's all over. And the Carolina Panthers are your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness.
Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.
Commissioner Roger Goodell ready to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Carolina Panthers, champions of Super Bowl 59. So that will conclude our coverage this year on EA Sports. I want to thank my partner, Charles Davis, for another incredible season together in the